Hello, everyone, and welcome to If More podcast review of movies. And on today's episode, we'll be talking about Pacific Rim Uprising. I know it's already been released a long time ago, maybe in February or early March, and then we started to review it because we were busy. Now, Michael, anything you want to say before we begin?
Well, it's not really a review, more like just something to talk about since we have not talked about movies in a long time.
Better late than never.
I know, right?
And keep in mind there'll be spoilers.
So, what I figured out that about Pacific Rim, the second one, a lot of people watch it and have not watched the first one.
Why?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why?
I have no idea. I have asked a lot of people because I was working in the cinema that period, the MBO side, and most of the friends there and some of the customers, they're like saying that they have not watched the first one, but they just watched the second one.
They do know.
Mark.
They do know the first one existed, right?
No.
Now I'm intrigued. Why?
Okay, so, but to compare, from my point of view, to compare 1 and 2, 1 is quite serious, like really serious compared to the second one.
Same here. I would agree.
Second one it's a bit. I don't know. It's like it just doesn't feel like 1. It looks good. But it just doesn't feel like 1. It just doesn't reach that point where you say, oh, it's as good as the first movie,
Because it's directed by a different director. Because the first one by Guillermo del Toro, he was working on the monster movie. What was the name? The Shape of Water, which won Best Picture, surprisingly. And then this one is directed by Stephen the Knight, the guy who makes Daredevil series, the new Daredevil series.
Oh, okay. No wonder it's different.
No wonder there are Marvel jokes, I think. Marvel type. No, it's not really an MCU type of joke. I mean, this movie catered more for the foreign audience. If you look at it closely, it catered more on the China audience, the Chinese. It has one of those SJW type of feel where we're doing diversity and different age.
Tell you.
And then there are
among all
and then girl power. The females are doing this thing. It's an SJW movie. For some reason. I'm not against it anyway, but I just don't like that sort of thing to be too on the nose in movies. But I did enjoy half of this movie. What about you? I enjoyed the Japanese part when they are all in Japan at the end.
Well, I enjoy whenever the Russian lady.
You mean Scarlett Johansson?
No, not Scarlett Johansson.
No, she looks like Scarlett Johansson, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I know. I thought to myself, if Scarlett Johansson has a sister, she would look like her.
But yeah, I can't seem to take off my eyes off her. She's like so pretty.
I know.
But so yeah.
And very, very tomboyish, I think. Very, very masculine.
Well, that I can't say that it's not everybody like a tomboyish girl, but I can say I can take it. But hey, let's move on with the movie.
But you do like tomboy girl in your history. I know you.
Oh my gosh!
Of course. Ooh, exposed. Again, I only enjoy the second half of this movie because the CGI feel a bit light compared to the first one. The first one was shot in one of those 1:45, I think, the widescreen format. While this one is shot in anamorphic, and then the first one feels big. Everything feels heavy. Everything feels like it's on a great scope. This one doesn't have scope. This one feels cheap. Sorry to say, but it feels cheap. What do you think?
Yeah, that's another thing that I don't like about the second part. It doesn't have the it just doesn't have the feel of the first one, where everything is literally feel like it's big, it's huge, it's slow, it has weight.
And
This
then
I don't weight on it.
it doesn't have mass, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This grand scale. It doesn't feel like a grand scale. It feels like a TV show that's taking place after the movie. One of those Disney show. Actually, it does kind of boils down into a Disney film because all the kids and whatnot. And then since it stars John Boyega, and then Boyega, and then yeah, he's a Disney star now from Star Wars, and then it really does feels like you're watching a Disney animated adaptation of the movie, and that's what I feel like while watching Pacific Rim Uprising. The CG feel a bit fakey, just a bit like Transformer. It feels like you're watching Transformer in some part only.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. I mean, it just doesn't have the mass and scale for it.
But
And another thing that I felt very bad that it says that many years has passed by, and all they did was just improve the mech, like literally. Oh, let's give it a different shape. Let's give it like make it faster. But here's the thing, they didn't improve the weaponry, and I'm like, why? You see how useless it is?
come
You
on.
can make it fast, yeah.
Nobody,
But when you're being attacked, it's so useless.
nobody predicted the monster will return. Nobody knows that.
But yeah, they were so prepared to release a long range remote control.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they're new stormtroopers.
So it's like you're saying that they weren't prepared. And then why the heck are they building a long range or they're thinking of a way to make the robot reach faster into the field?
Or maybe
you know?
or maybe one of those robots for working in like dangerous terrain, or maybe those are just robots for doing work or building things. Maybe they're running out of manpower, so they need more robots because they are safer and they're bigger and make it faster in building things for economy reasons.
With gun.
With gun, just in case they have wild bears or animals.
A wild bear is as size as their toes.
You never know in the future, or I don't know what future this is. But what do you think of John Boyega? I mean, playing as
he's quite good actually, but that's the thing. I when I watched the first movie, I realized that they didn't talk about the guy having a son, you know.
No, never mentioned at all in the previous film.
Then it appeared that he has.
Out of a sudden, oh, I forgot I got a son.
I know, right? But I guess he was too busy staying alive in the first movie that he died, that he forgot to inform that I have a son.
Oh, Idris Elba, being Idris Elba, of course he is. He has many sons, remember. He is very, very charismatic with the ladies. But I was also disappointed the way they treat Mako, the Japanese girl from the previous film. They just kill her off.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
kill her instantly.
I know, why? Because they hate
But
Japanese.
she was so
right?
badass in the first film.
Yeah, she was. And what happened to the main guy from the first movie? What was his name? Seems
That's
to
the
have
thing.
forgotten. You forgot.
No, I remember that the guy didn't die at the end because he came out in the pot, push, and then they were
Yeah.
kissing at the end.
Were they?
So what happened to him?
I think he died because they never mentioned him. They did mention once, but never mentioned where he is because his picture is not in the wall, in the hero's wall.
Apparently.
Apparently, maybe he's disgraced. But I do like the guy played by Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood,
Do you know Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly?
the one that played Dirty Harry.
Yes, his son plays the guy, the white guy in this movie.
Oh please, there's a lot of white guys in the movie.
The Remember when John Boyega tries to flirt with this one girl, and then the boyfriend got jealous, and then he's my.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's
And then it
Clint.
goes-
Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood's son. He looks like Clint Eastwood, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, now you remind me. He does look a bit
I
in the
know.
old days.
I got distracted by his presence. I mean, he is basically Clint Eastwood, the way he speaks, his mannerism. Because if I were to make a movie, I mean, amen, if I would ever make the movie, if I ever wanted to make a Western movie, I would look for Scott Eastwood. This guy is Clint Eastwood. I want him.
Not like a reboot Space Cowboy then.
Nice, a prequel to Space Cowboy.
I love that movie.
I know, me too. Ed Harris. I mean, what's not to like? Old astronaut who wants to go to space before they die. Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pacific Rim, I really enjoyed the end when they are at Japan, because it feels like you're finally watching a kaiju film. It almost feels like you're really actually watching an Evangelion movie, the Neon Genesis. It's like the live action version of Neon Genesis. That ending, that fight scene at the end, it's really got me engaged, because the first half I wasn't engaged at all, because there are no kaijus, only robots, and then that's it. That one I really like the end, the end fight, and then the giant monsters, and then Mount Fuji. And I did tell my brother, they want to go to Japan because of this, because of that. Not really. They want to go to Japan because it's a kaiju film. They have to go to Japan. There's no other reason. It's Japan, for Pete's sake. I like that.
So, do you think there's gonna be a third movie, since they practically declared that we are going to you, the precursor?
I'm pretty sure. That guy's annoying. I didn't like that villain. The guy who played Charlie Day's
Oh yeah,
character.
he was so annoying.
Yeah, I never did like that type of character. I do like the British guy, the guy who the other scientist guy. I really liked him.
The cripple.
The crippled one. I don't mind him.
So, what do you think? Your rating?
Well, I already told Nick what the rating was. I give it 3 out of 5 star, an average rating.
Yeah, I give it a 3 as well. It's a fun movie, but it just doesn't reach the hype.
I mean, comparing it to the previous film, it doesn't have that grand scale.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for listening again to our podcast. We are still testing things out, so I hope you like it. Do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the button down below and hit the bell button as well, so that you can get notification from our video.
And
Different day, different month. So once again, thanks for listening. Roll the montage.